final non-conference test for Arkansas and Indiana.
And how good was that? Davis just ran right to the block, and they couldn't get their defense set.
Deep triple try attempt. And the bank is apparently open here on Sunday. They do it right in front of the official. 101. How about right in the face?
That was with somebody right in his face.
Devontae Green now starting the last 4 games here for Indiana. And another triple try. That one.
That time has run out.
You said it, Dan. A really good win for Arkansas. Pick one up on the road in Bloomington.
¿Y cuál es el trabajo más duro que has hecho?
Voy a la playa, había subido la marea. Jesús. ¡Hay que hacer ahora! ¡Con los 2 sacos de arroz! ¡Ay, llama para Sevilla! ¡Llama a Sevilla que traigo un país!
Oh God, I have to say that is I had to take the opportunity. I don't know what to say. It was great. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I've been dying laughing since we talked about this last night on the podcast. It was pretty epic. Oh man. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope your Monday's so far been just phenomenal. Hope you've had a great Monday. Josh Williams, great intro. That's what I'm saying, says Aaron. Intro, so good. You got me sneezing uncontrollably. Oh, well, I'm glad I could help. Shout out to War Machine. Typically, if I use somebody's footage, I'm going to hit them up first and be like, hey, I want to use your footage. I hope you're okay with it. I've used his footage before, and I've asked him. He's fine with it usually. I hope he's okay. I just took a small snippet. I will post his link in the description box down below when we're done recording. Or streaming, that is. But again, hope you guys enjoyed that. Shout out to War Machine. It was awesome, except for one thing. You couldn't have muted BTN commentators. Oh my God, I know. And I thought about doing this video. I honestly thought about doing just making fun of them video. I didn't have time, but throughout all their dumb comments that you can hear on War Machine's videos, I thought about doing what they really meant to say, either subtext or just me saying something after they're done talking. That was so terrible. That was the worst. Those commentators were terrible. They were terrible. They were so bad. We griped about that last night on the live stream. What are y'all? Some of y'all are acting like we don't live stream on Mondays. What is this? We don't know. It's a surprise. It is Monday, guys. It is Monday. We do live streams on Mondays and Fridays. You're killing me, Ty. I'm in Chicago airport walking. Oh, I'm glad I could supply your evening with some laughter. No notification. Again, YouTube is whack. Again, you've got to hit the notification bell. And other than that, I don't know. You'll just have to keep up with me on Twitter, I guess. I don't know. Hey, Ty, I love you, bro, but I'm really glad you were wrong about the Hawk Indiana prediction. Me and you both. I needed that laughter. I'm glad. That's what I'm here for. I don't pretend to be a Trey Biddy or Danny West. I'm here to make fun of stuff and talk about it. And give you my opinion, right? I had someone a while back write me an email and were telling me about how wrong I was on some recruit or something. I was like, bro, look, I just tell you what's sent to me on my phone, and I give you my, what knowledge of the situation that I have. Ed O, question mark. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that is. Sorry, Jay. Those Big Ten commentators were freaking awful, says Fishman. They were. I guess I just assumed you wouldn't be live since you were last night. No. Always go live on Monday. Mondays and Fridays. Unless something happens, obviously I'll let you guys know. But my plan is every Monday and Friday. Kelly Marie, you're here all the time, girlfriend. War Machine. Oh, I did tweet at him. I told him to stop by. I don't know if he's going to have time to stop by here or not, but he did a great job as always. War Machine is a legend. He's been at this for a while, and he's just done good stuff. We've had him on the Hog Talk, and we interviewed him. And I interviewed him back when I thought I would dabble in that here on the Pig Trail. The guy in the intro equals Ed Orgeron. Oh, okay. Go Tigers. Everyone talks about the March tournament. What do we fall NIT or in the NCAA tournament? But the SEC tournament has yet to be talked about. What do we fall? Okay, are you asking if we're NIT or for NCAA tournament? Is that what you're asking? So I said last night, Alex, that I've got them in the tournament. I had to find a way to get them to 24 wins because I think you're probably going to have to be between 22 and 24 to get in. The SEC's not having their start is rough, and if they continue, if you don't get some teams to really stand out throughout the regular season, the SEC already has a stigma. Despite the fact I think they've improved drastically over the last 3 or 4 years, they still have this stigma, like they're not one of the better Power Fives. But thanks to Auburn's rise, Tennessee, you had South Carolina 2-3 seasons ago. Remember that little run they had? You've had, Arkansas's made the tournament. They've turned that around a little bit, but there's still a stigma, and you feel like. Even though last year how many did they send last year to the tournament? I forgot. They sent a lot. The last 3 years they've sent quite a few. I can remember a time where they sent half of what they sent last year alone. So they're still in good shape. The conference is still in good shape, but you need to be in between 22 and 24 wins. So I think I've got them beating Kentucky, and the LSU game on the road is such a coin flip. Those cheating ass SOBs down there. Still amazing to me that nothing has happened with that head coach getting caught red-handed and it's amazing to me. It shouldn't be it's not surprising. It's just amazing. But that's going to be a coin flip for me right now. But they're not playing that great of basketball, and Arkansas is playing. They really are playing March, late February basketball right now, and it's pretty fantastic to see. It's very important how we do in it depends which will decide what tournament we fall in, I feel. I don't know. Are you talking about in the regular season? Yeah, it matters. From here on out, every game matters. I'm sorry, Alex. I don't know if maybe I don't think you and I are on the same page here. I don't know what you're implying. It's very important how we do in it. In what? In the season? Yeah. In the SEC, yes. It's crazy to think Musselman is doing this without his own recruits besides the few transfers that can play. That is the other craziest thing about all this is how much he's getting outside of not having Gafford, virtually the same roster that Mike had last year. He gets the absolute most out of his players. If these guys come in, Vanover and the other guys that are ineligible this year, if they in the recruits, you can't forget about that unbelievable top 10 caliber recruiting class he's bringing in. If they come in and mesh right out the gate, it's going to be problematic. It's going to be problematic for the SEC. It's going to be problematic, it really is. Hey, Ty, what's your prediction for where Hogs finish in the SEC? I'm thinking second behind Auburn. They're somewhere, I think, in the top 5. I think they finish somewhere that's the way they look right now. A lot can change. And we talked about this on the Hog Talk podcast. By the way, episode 52 is available for download. You can check that out down below in the description box. Anything can happen. You could get into conference play and just fall flat on your face. That is absolutely a possibility. And then you look back, maybe the wins at Indiana and at Georgia Tech really are nothing. Maybe they go on and they have terrible years, and this was just all a big, I don't want to say hoax, but maybe it was all built up for nothing. But I have a hard time believing that because of the buy-in factor. Numbers don't lie, man. The kind of defense this team plays, the hustle. Now, what is still confusing to me, and I guess, hell, we'll just start off with it with basketball in the AP Top 25. The AP Top 25 can kiss my ass. I said it. They could kiss my ass. 19 votes for Arkansas to get inside the top 25. And I don't even think, actually, after it's said and done, I don't think they even made their top 30. If I read that right, I think Pinto pointed that out today. Didn't see that, but they didn't make the top 25. Yet you've got a program like Arizona, who's been ranked all offseason, all regular season so far. Why? Why is Arizona ranked and Arkansas isn't? You need to swap the two. Okay, if there's anyone that deserves disrespect right now, it's Arizona. I cannot for the life of me figure out why the hell those guys are ranked. Someone's going to have to explain that one to me. Of course, I had my notes. I had to reboot my computer, and I had my notes, and they're gone. So I'm doing that without notes. Wonderful. I had all my recruiting notes on that notepad. Oh, crap. Let me see if that'll pull back up. Oh, boy. I hope it does. It probably won't. It does not. Wonderful. Damn it. Okay, we're going to have to fly this one without using radar. We're going to have to just try and go in manually and do this. But, again, Arizona, I don't know what the buy-in is there. I know they've got who's up. They start their conference play against Arizona State. I had their record in front of me and or all their teams that they've lost to, and I had it all printed out. Okay, so they've not won a single Power 5 game away from home. The three legitimate opponents they've played, they've lost to. I don't care if they're close or not. They're still losses. They went on the road and lost to Baylor. They lost to Gonzaga 84-80, and then they lost to St. John's. They lost to St. John's, and they were never in that ball game. They only lost by 3 though. But I don't know what the excitement ever was for this team. They're 10-3. Now, they're in a conference that includes right now a red-hot Colorado, Oregon, who's highly ranked, Stanford, USC. Those are all 11-2 programs. Oregon State 10-2. The point I'm making is these guys don't deserve to be ranked. In Arkansas, here they are over here getting 19 votes to be in the AP Top 25. It's unbelievable. 11-1 record, second best record in the SEC. Joe Lunardi continues to put them in his he has them in his bracketology, and he has now for weeks. It's like he's been on to something that nobody else has. They're doubting him, and maybe he's wrong. At the end of the day, maybe we get into conference play and they fall flat on their faces. Maybe that absolutely happens. Golly, this is burning me up that I don't have all my notes. Yeah, I had to reboot my computer to put that video together. My computer was taking forever to render that damn video. So I was like, well, I'll just reboot my computer, see if that speeds up. It did, but then I lost all my notes. Give me a second here. I'm trying to pull everything up. I can't for the life of me understand how this works with basketball. I think some of it's always that stigma, and it's, don't get me wrong, body of work. They haven't exactly played an elite non-conference schedule. Okay, they haven't scheduled any of the bigs, any of the typical blue collars, any of the the good ACC teams, the good Big Ten. Although Indiana, I think, should classify as a good Big Ten team, but you know what I mean, like the teams that seem to always stand out as of late, the last 5 or 6, 7, 8 years. And they don't have those on their schedule. They do have a loss against a Western Kentucky team that, who cares? They don't ever look at the reason why, even though they lost their best player. They've lost 2 straight, Western Kentucky has, since beating Arkansas. But they lose Bassey. They're not going, hell, they're going to be lucky to make NITs, the NIT. So that's going to sting Arkansas. That's going to sting them early on when you talk about bracketology and what have you, outside of Joe Lenardi, when you start getting the predictions and the AP votes. This is why. You got a loss right now on the road that's not a real good loss as far as these voters are concerned. I think if you were undefeated, it'd be a no-brainer. I would hope it'd be a no-brainer that they'd be ranked in the top 25. They're going to open up conference play, and I said this on the Hog Talk. I hope to God above they beat the living earmuffs kiddos shit out of Texas A&M. I hate that school. They're a cult. They're fans. It's a cult. They got dude cheerleaders. I'm sorry. I mean, everybody does, but it's like they only have dude cheerleaders. They're just a cult. They're crazy. And it's not even the Southwest Conference connection. Like, even though I think that makes for the best rivalry, if you want my opinion, I still just don't like them. I was too little to remember playing them in the Southwest Conference. My God, when Arkansas left the SEC, or the Southwest Conference, they were, what were they? They were, what year was that? 92? What was I in third grade? Third grade? So I remember the hatred of Texas because everybody hated Texas, and that lived even through the SEC days, still to this day. Let's see. Hold on. My phone's blowing up. So, yeah, I hope they open up a can on A&M. Am I the only one there that absolutely hates A&M? Like, I hate them more than LSU, if I'm being honest. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry, rather. Yep, Texas A&M hate runs deep in Arkansas. Ty, I told you to expect the top 25 win after the win at LSU. But it shouldn't, though. That's the point. Look, you're not the only one. Like 5,000 people. Okay, that's exaggerating, but I've had a lot of people, whether it's in Discord, Twitter DMs, text messages, like, blah, 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 blah. Even on Twitter, I've had Pinto and Ty Richardson tell me they don't have any business being ranked. That was before the Indiana game. I get it. The schedule plays a major part, but look at Arizona. Look at that program and tell me why the hell they're ranked. Look at that schedule. There are decent games they have scheduled. They've lost. They have 0 Power 5 wins on the road. They're ranked. That's all I'm saying. A&M is a cult. It is. I hate LSU and Tennessee. I don't know. You know what? Tennessee's weird. I think that was the first SEC matchup game I ever went to was Tennessee. I think. I can't remember that far back, but I don't know. As long as I've been doing this on social media, on YouTube, and the videos that I've done, I used to tag these teams in the titles of my videos, and you can create these little keywords and throw them into your video, and when people search for those keywords, it'll pop up on their feed. So I used to include a lot, and I still do this to this day, but not as often because I try to zero in on Razorback fans, so it leaves me less room to tag the other teams. And and I'll do the Arkansas versus Indiana, whatever. That'll pull in some Indiana fans here and there, I'm sure. But point is, I used to do a lot more of that. I used to key in a lot more of those fans, so I'd get more of their traffic coming through on my YouTube channel. And I used to throw a lot of shade at Tennessee. I don't know. My little piece of the social media pie, I've not ever had any real issues with them. There's been some great games. The Sterner era, I know we can all talk about the fumble. When they beat Arkansas, and then Arkansas turns around the next year and beats them with the exact same score, only flipped. I remember those games. Those stand out. There's been some great Arkansas-Tennessee games. Of course, the Joe Adams punt return. They're not a team that I look at, though, and I'm like, I hate them. Like A&M, I despise. I hate losing to them. Arkansas has no business having this losing streak in football that they have against A&M. I hate that school. I hate Ole Miss the most. It's a showtime. There's been some great games there, too. Arkansas's real Southwest rival, well, of course, was Texas. Yeah, I know that. Nobody ever cared about A&M. That's not true, though, Showtime. That's not true. Born and raised here in Fayetteville. A lot of connections to the university, and I'll tell you that's not true. Arkansas, yeah, Texas is your number one rival at Arkansas, but the only rival that ever felt mutual, that people, the old-timers I've talked to around Fayetteville, was A&M. Texas is kind of like the LSU rivalry in a lot of ways, where LSU never has seen Arkansas as a rival. Texas has kind of seen us as a bug on their windshield that just never goes away. At least that was the feedback these old timers would always say. But the A&M fans, it was mutual. Bar fights on Dixon. You just expected when A&M fans came to town, it was problematic. And the same thing for Arkansas going down there. I'm not saying that's as big as the Texas rivalry to Arkansas fans. There's no doubt that is the rivalry for Arkansas fans. And for me, it's calmed down with Texas. I'm just a different generation. My generation, really, it's been nothing but SEC football, right? And it should be LSU. But since bringing A&M back, it's just rekindled a hatred that I don't know. I hate losing to Ole Miss and Auburn more than anybody, says Jay. Oh, please, we might as well be rivals with San Jose State. Right now, yeah, I don't know. I really hate Ole Miss. A lot of Ole Miss hate. Recruiting update. Okay. Again, my notes are gone, but I'm gonna have to fly this bad boy manually. Arkansas is in on a big time quarterback. And pretty special kid, Malik Hornsby, 4-star dual threat. Yes, he is rated higher than Jacoby Criswell. 6'4", about 180 pounds. He's now got his official visit set. I think it was January 25th. I had it up here. I don't know why I can't. Let's see if I can pull it up. January 24th, he will visit. He is new to Arkansas. He was not, I guess not. I thought they offered him sooner. I know they did offer him sooner, but the staff really wants in on Hornsby. Coming in on him a little late, but that's expected. New staff, you just got your OC. They're all in on Hornsby. It sounds like that's going to be someone they go after. I know there's been some people who've thrown out some JC quarterbacks, some transfer quarterbacks, but as far as this recruiting class, they're going after Hornsby. I mean, this is, again, top 8 dual threat quarterback, 6'4", 185 pounds. Set his official visit on January 24th. Again, he was even quoted. I have that text, actually. Well, I'm not even going to bother with that. Apparently, he wants to know more about Arkansas, so he'll get his opportunity on January 24th. Again, top 8 dual threat quarterback. I don't know if Arkansas has a legit shot. When you're in this late on a kid who has committable offers from everybody, anything can happen. Now, having saying that, Rule, their head coach, has supposedly got a lot of interest in going into the NFL. His name has been attached to the North Carolina vacancy, head coaching job, and then the Giants job. There's an opportunity there. He may jump. That could change some things, obviously, for Hornsby. And that's, if you're an Arkansas fan, you want them. There's your advantage. If his coach or this guy that he really likes at Baylor jumps ship, you got to feel like you've got a legitimate shot. Now he's got offers, like I said, Arkansas, Baylor, A&M. There's just a whole list of schools here. He's not one of those dual threat kids that could burn the entire defense, right? Like he's 24/7 has him down as like a 4.7, 4.40, but he's pretty talented. I haven't seen any footage on him yet, but he is a unanimous 4-star, I believe across the board. Rivals has gotten really bizarre with their rating system. It's like they want to butt heads with everybody. But I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but Hornsby is 4-star across the board. His crystal ball predictions, according to 24/7 Sports, are at 82% in favor of Baylor, 9% A&M, 9% North Carolina. But something's changed. I think a lot of that has to do with who Arkansas hired as the OC and Sam Pittman. His accolades include the All-American Bowl and the Polynesian Bowl, so he's a part of 2 All-American Bowls. It's 24/7. I love how they do this too. They do these comparisons. They compare him to Dennis Dixon from the Baltimore Ravens, and they have him projected day 3 in the NFL draft, 4th to 7th round. I don't know why they go that far. Like, you have no idea really until that kid gets on campus somewhere, gets evaluated by some of these coaches, these OCs, these quarterback coaches, whatever, position coaches, and then the developmental part of their stage, part of their careers happen. Who knows what can happen, right? Who would have thought Matt Jones would do what he did in the NFL or get drafted as a receiver, but he was looked at as offered by Arkansas to play quarterback, and he turned into a first-round receiver at 6'6", 235 pounds, ran a legit 4.38 40 laser. I mean, come on, I don't know why they do that projection as far as the draft. I maybe understand the comparison thing as far as like the NFL, the guys currently in the league. I don't know. Athletic background includes He was the first team all-district selection in helping Marshall to a 15-1 record in the state championship game as a junior. Named the district 24-5A co-offensive MVP as a sophomore at Houston Austin High School. 2016 was named the district 24-5A offensive newcomer of the year as a freshman. So he's had quite the journey. But yeah, January 24th, he will be on his official visit. Remember, signing period is not long after that. February 5th, if I remember right. That's when the second part of the signing period happens. So actually, Malik runs track. Yeah, that doesn't mean as much as you think it does, though. There's a difference in a 100-meter dash and so on and so forth. But he's a runner. I mean, he's got a legit 40 time. It's how we beat the A&M game. My schedule, probably, I don't know. Porter and I are talking about doing something with tailgating at a game. And I don't know. That might be the Kentucky game, which is, what is that, January 18th? I have that schedule in front of me. We're going to try and at least tailgate. I don't know that I'll actually, maybe I'll go to a game, maybe I won't. I don't know. But January, what is that, 18th? It's 18th, right? Yeah, Kentucky. I know I've got some friends that want to go to that A&M game, which is Saturday, January 4th. Tip-off time at 6 p.m. I've said that like every show, but I'm going to continue to do that because that's just what you got to do, right? Keep everybody on the same page. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I'll have the time, but maybe. But I certainly will make the time to actually watch the ballgame. That'll be fun. Starkel has, let's see. Oh, you guys are talking about Starkel. Okay. I think we get him after what LSU did to Oklahoma. I think that scared a lot of kids from the Big 12. What matters a lot to kids is just their how quick can you get me to the league? In the Big 12, if there's one thing that will stick is that they produce offensive weapons. That's what they do. They're an offense. Let's see, I think Mizzou rivalry was crammed down our throats. Amen to that. I'd prefer the South Carolina protected rivalry over this Mizzou game. Boy, you're speaking to the choir on that. What's up with Starkel? The Missouri rivalry won't seem forced next year. Yeah, it will always seem forced. I'm sorry. Hey, Ty, I think the Mizzou-Arkansas rivalry will get hotter, especially with Barry Odom coming here. Maybe a little bit. It might seem that way, but it's such a manufactured rivalry. I can't buy into that rivalry. I just have such a hard time with it. Let's see. Did all of the O-line commits sign with Georgia? I don't think so. I know that, well, I'm not entirely sure just yet. I don't think so. Mizzou will be more of a rival this year. Why? Did Starkel say he's going to Mizzou? Is that what's going on? I must have missed something. I hate the forced Mizzou rivalry. I do too. It's a forced manufactured rivalry. I don't know. Freestyle is Ty. You got this. Most of my shows are I don't normally do notes anymore. I used to, but I don't. I'm not entirely sure on the O-line commits with Georgia. I don't think all of them did sign. I don't think they did. I don't know what you guys are talking about with Starkel. You're gonna have to get me caught up on this. I think Starkel has to go lower division. He can't go to D1 and play. He's on his last year of eligibility. Good for Starkel. Hope he gets a shot. So apparently he's gone to Mizzou. You guys are going to get me caught up on that. That must have just happened as we were live streaming. If that is the case, good for him. But yeah, I don't know. How much of that was on Starkel? How much of that was on the staff? Yeah, Colin Clay did go to Oklahoma State. That was also on my notes. He has gone through the Bobby Hopper transfer tunnel / portal and come out the other end just west of the tunnel. He's going to go to Oklahoma State. Listen, he was attached to that staff that shouldn't really shock anybody. LSU, Clemson, ? Yeah, so on the Hawk Talk, we did talk about that. I just wish they didn't make the Arkansas-Mizzou game on Thanksgiving weekend. I just wish it didn't exist, if you want my opinion. Yeah, I've got LSU winning in that one. I think I said in Discord, print the hats. LSU's just on another level. The one thing you have to give credit for to Clemson, however, they've been there. They know what they're doing. That's the only, and like I was telling Porter, he and I got into an interesting conversation today. God love him. I like Porter. Porter's a good guy. He's obviously a diehard Clemson fan. And I wish he were here, and maybe he's in chat. He could defend himself. I don't know. I'm sure he's going to want to hop on Discord here in a second if he's hearing this. My only thing is, you look at the body of work between Clemson and LSU, it's not even close. Clemson, they played, one ranked opponent, and they beat the crap out of whoever was in front of them outside of North Carolina, outside of Texas A&M. North Carolina, what did they do, 6-6 this year? A&M was 7-5, a back of the middle of the pack kind of SEC team, and they struggled in that game against A&M. Now you're going up against a vastly better LSU team than A&M. I don't like their chances. I hate LSU. I really could care less. I have no skin in this game. I'm not one of these. Well, I won't say that I'm not. I mean, yeah, I'm biased towards the SEC. Of course, we all are. We're in the SEC. We play in this conference. Of course, we're going to be biased. But I really don't care. Like, it's when Alabama loses, I laugh. If LSU loses, I'm going to laugh my ass off. I really don't care. Clemson had a lot of heart against Ohio State and a lot of luck. Hey, Ty, what is your final score prediction, LSU and Clemson? I haven't given one. It's got that low 30s, high 20s kind of feel to it. You know, like a 29-17 or so. It's got that kind of feel to it. But then again, you never know. Sometimes as these things happen or as they go on, you know, the unthinkable things begin to happen, especially as the game carries on later on into the second half. Teams, at that point, they've done all the film. They've done all the research. They know what to expect. They've had enough exposure of the other team on film. And then sometimes something, I don't know. This could be an absolutely wild game. It could also be a blowout, too. Porter thinks it's going to be a well-fought game. It could be. Maybe he's right. ESPN has Clemson favored. Yeah, they do. They do have Clemson favored. And I don't know what. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think? I tell you what, chat, let me ask you. Who do you got? LSU, Clemson. Let me know. You can even give me a score if you want. God, I hope LSU loses. I live in Baton Rouge. That would be intolerable. This is a game for the history books. Number 2 versus number 1 drafted quarterbacks playing in the national championship. I mean, it's not the first time that's happened, but I mean, Trevor Lawrence will be probably a first-round draft pick. We know Macaulay Culkin. You know. He looks like Macaulay Culkin. Oh, my gosh, he does. He looks like Macaulay Culkin. There's a lot of talent on the field. There's a lot of talent between the two. Clemson, clearly a good, solid defensive team. What do they average this year, giving up like 14 points a game or something? But again, you look at the body of work. And LSU, it's just, to me, it's not even close when you look at their schedules. Just want LSU to win so Clemson doesn't have back-to-back 15-0 seasons. Okay. Levi, I get it. I have LSU 38, Clemson 24. That's actually a pretty good score. That to me sounds like something that could absolutely happen. LSU wins by 14-21 at the end of the day. So, okay, LSU wins 21-14. Smoking Sox 31-28. Asa has LSU. Smoke who, though? 31-28 who? Asa has LSU 38-27. LSU 47, Clemson 31, according to Alex. A lot of LSU in there. He does. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me he doesn't look. Hey, Ty, I say LSU 34, Clemson 20, LSU 87-3. All right. Okay. That's keep the change, you filthy animal. Yeah. Great movie, though. Oh my gosh. Home Alone. Before or after the drugs. You see what he's doing now? He's got like a podcast. God love him. Okay. He's got this podcast where he wears like bunny. I don't know. He's a weird guy. But, Home Alone. And even the second one when he's in New York. I'm sorry. It hits me in the soft spot, man. I grew up on those movies. Got to do something with the hair, my dude. You don't like it? Of all the things, here, let me push it off to the side for you. Of all the things, I'm worried about my hair. OU's defense was just as bad as Arkansas's. They were pretty bad. Ty, will you be at the A&M game? Yeah, again, I don't know. I don't plan on it. If I'll just say that I don't plan on it. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know. Alex Strecker says 48-38 LSU. Okay, what's the over/under on the number of players drafted in this game? God, I don't know. All of them. What's your take on targeting and no fumble calls? I mean, as a rule, what do I think of targeting? It makes sense, especially when the player isn't looking and it's just a blindside hit and you're clearly going after their head. I know a lot of people think that the league is turning into flag football, and it is. It is. I mean, I get it. Look, there's lawsuits. There's things they're going to have to be concerned about, and they're happening now. They got to protect themselves to some degree, and they got to protect their merchandise, which is the quarterbacks, which are typically where the ridiculousness starts to come in, right, with all these rule changes. But targeting sometimes it's, especially when they talk about ejecting these guys. Like, I mean, I've seen plays where the running back lowers their head as the defender's coming at him, and then the defender still gets called for targeting. Like, it's just such a, I don't know. How you guys plan on using the media passes again this year? Yeah, we're going to go back. Those are just for women's games right now, but we're going to go back. That's the plan. I want to go to some SEC games. Since everyone wants your beard shaved, you're going to shave it if we beat Kentucky. Oh, Josh. No, because to me, I've got them winning that game. If they beat, who was it? Who was my first loss in SEC? Yeah, my first loss was on the road against Mississippi State. But I don't know if that's beard shaving worthy at that point. Honestly, at LSU is probably more of a beard shave, even though it was a coin flip game and I gave Arkansas the dub because I haven't been impressed with LSU. That's still a coin flip, that at LSU game on January 8th. We'll see. As for now, so there's something else I've been talking with someone in Discord about. Tim, I don't know if he's in chat or not, but we're wanting to do something for the spring game. And the Hog Talk guys and I briefly mentioned this a while back, but doing some sort of a meetup with everybody. Now this year, next year, whatever, 2020, the spring game will be down in Little Rock. And they're going to I'm sure they're going to do the Razorfest Festival and all that down there. And it's going to be an open scrimmage. Why the hell they would do that without an open scrimmage down there? They're not going to do that to the people down in Little Rock. Of course it's going to be an open scrimmage. But we're talking about a possible meetup. We're going to fill in the details as we get more information about, the time and date and everything. So just keep your ear on the ground for that. I'll try to keep you guys up to date, assuming we can make it happen. But we want to get all the Hog Talk, Pig Trail, all you guys who we've got a tight-knit community here, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat, especially those of you who are on our Discord. By the way, let me share this link. I got in trouble the other night, or last night, for not sharing this. Let me pull up our Discord link really quick. We are talking about doing a possible meet and greet down in Little Rock. If you guys, I don't know, maybe I'll do a Twitter poll or something. If you're able to make it down there, create invite, edit invite link. It's pretty sad that you have to set an expiration timer on links. It's ridiculous. Like, what are we doing here, Discord? I mean, I get it. I get what they're doing. It's just a bit of a hassle. Okay, here's the link really fast for you. Bam. So there. No one can complain. Shave the beard and the head if we beat Kentucky, says Spawn Quest Gaming. No, again, because I think that's a winnable game. I really do. I know that's a big game, especially when you're talking rivalries, but it's just shave the beard if we win a national championship. If we win a national championship, my man, I'll probably, I don't know, God only knows. Auburn, if we beat Auburn, the beard goes. You guys really want my beard gone. I'm telling you, if I shave the beard, YouTube might realize that I'm not, or they might think that I'm that I'm not. They may think I'm not 36 years old and I'm a minor trying to stream in a stream that's not suitable for kids under the age of 18. Yo, random, but my Tennessee Titans are in the playoffs. Anyone else watch the NFL? I don't really care. I don't care. Rams are terrible. When do you think we'll be an 8+ win team in football? Says Preston Taylor. Not next year. It's going to be a little while, Preston. I really think we're going to have to get through this year, and then we'll see. I don't know. I will man the station at Little Rock, Ty. All right, Josh, we really are. We'll do a poll or something. If we do a meetup, if you're able to go, maybe we'll toss that up. But we want to get something together. Wow, Mason Jones leads the team in points, rebounds, and assists per game. It's pretty amazing what he's done. His transformation this year. I know last year Jacob brought up that he averaged like 14, 15 points a game last year, but he's doing so much more. His development has been he's playing like a draft pick. I mean, he's playing like somebody who wants to play in the next level. I'm not even going to go into projections in the draft or whatever, but he's playing on a very high level that he was not playing at last year. It was good to see him and Isaiah Joe knocking him down. ESPN has Clemson favored to beat LSU. Yeah, I know. Rams will be back next year. Got to get rid of that defensive coordinator first. Let's see. I hope Chad Fells at Auburn. You guys are cold-blooded, man. You guys are cold-blooded. ESPN is wrong. They are wrong. I mean, as far as that favor, wasn't it like 65% in favor of Clemson? No way in hell. No way. I'm not saying they won't win. I mean, again, Clemson has been there. They know what the hell they're doing. They've got some talent. There's no doubt the talent on that roster is great. It's top 3, top 4 talent in the country on that roster with arguably one of the best head coaches in the game. And they have been there. They're experienced. They're veterans at this level. That's the only reason why I think it ought to be like 50-50 down the middle, 49%, whatever. I don't, 60-something%, get out of here. We were worried about losing Joe to the NBA. Mason Jones is the real NBA prospect so far. Mason Jones has I feel like he's put this team on his shoulders a little bit. Isaiah Joe, though, when he comes through, he comes through. Adriel Bailey's transformation this year has been incredible. What would our record be this year if we had Mike? I don't want to throw shade at the guy because he's doing good things where he's at, but I don't know. To me, it was like he was burned out here. I think he's an excellent coach, though. I really do, and I wish him nothing but success. Anyone know if Garrett is still the head coach or not? Yeah, that was rumored he was fired, and then it went away. I don't know what's going on there. That's another job I could see. I could see Lincoln Riley taking that one. Absolutely. I think it's 60-40 LSU. That's where at least 50-50 or 60-40. That's what I'm saying. Alex, technically, yes. I watched the Indiana game. I watched the Indiana game, and Mason Jones is super fun to watch live. That dude on the bench and on the court give me future NBA vibes just based on that game. The IU fans were pissed because of Jones. Yeah, he was. The smack talk was real too between the Razorbacks and Indiana. It was pretty great. Chad won't fail. He has a safety net. As a head coach, he had no safety net. It's a good point. That's a good point. All right, well, the majority seem to think LSU wins this thing. ESPN doesn't seem to think. Yeah, 60. I think it's like 65% for Clemson. That's ridiculous. Again, you compare the two schedules, like what are they seeing? And they got a good quarterback, but give me McCullough Culkin any day of the week. All right, where are we at time-wise? We're at 49 minutes. We're coming in. St. John's is 11-2. Good job, Mike. Yeah, they are. They're doing good job. I mean, he's got them rocking and rolling. There's no doubt. I don't know much about what's going on over there, but if he goes year one tournament there, I'm going to be so pissed because of how long it took him to get things turned around here. Like, what the hell, Mike? You wonder, too, though, how much outside influence disrupted his ability to coach here, though. You take a look at everywhere he's gone. He's had a pretty high level of success. Then he comes here, and it's he turned it around as far as the respectability, right? I mean, he got it turned around. He made Arkansas I think it was, I'm not going to say an elite team in the SEC, but he made them a team that you had to consider, like top 5 every year in the SEC, but it wasn't – you just knew when February came along, and at the end of February he had to play at a higher level of basketball because January they decided to take the month off. Or vice versa with January and February. I don't know. I still, to me, Mike Anderson not working out here, and I know you guys are going to get triggered when I say this. Some of you will. It's as confusing to me as him not working out here as Brett Bielema not working out here at Arkansas. I don't care. I know I can already feel the hate mail coming in right now as we speak. I can already feel my filtered comment section. It's already starting to fill out. But Bielema, on paper, was a phenomenal coach at Wisconsin. And obviously, I think looking back, Barry Alvarez has so much to do with that program, and I get that. I understand that. But when he was hired on, I mean, he was a respectable name. Brett Bielema, I can remember everyone just surprised and shocked that he would leave what he was doing at Wisconsin behind. Then he comes here and he you start to do better. Year 2, you think he's doing better than he should be, and he wins some bowl games, and then it just falls apart. And to me, it's just bizarre. I don't know. It's a mystery to me that this guy. Well, I shouldn't say a mystery. Okay, after Pittman left, his recruiting went off the rails. He pissed all over Texas. Right, he pissed all over Texas, didn't even bother, pissed their coaches off down there talking about not using a fullback. I mean, you understand what happened and how it all unraveled there, how it all kind of fell apart there towards the end. You get it, but it's still just when he got hired on, I really thought that guy would do it. I really did. Big name coach from a Power 5 school, and then didn't work out. And then, of course, that now has the stigma at Arkansas. You cannot hire a coach from the Big Ten because of Brett Bielema. It's bizarre to me. I know. I can already feel the hate coming. Based on the scores between us and Oklahoma versus LSU, does it mean we're as good as OU? I don't know. Don't know about that. Brett's a good coach. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna say maybe he just was exposed here. Maybe that's what happened. Right? Maybe Beller, because if you noticed, every coach since Brett Bielema has had a level of success. But the Rose Bowls at Wisconsin, and if Barry Alvarez was that a part of the pro, or that much of an influence, and that much of a meaningful person with the football program, and had that much to do with their success, then why the hell wasn't he still just their head coach? Why did you need Brett Bielema at all? I don't know. I guess that's really what happened at the end of the day. I think he just got exposed here without Barry Alvarez. I don't know. What was bizarre, though, when he left Wisconsin, one of his reasons was because he couldn't hold on to staff. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but he was concerned that he couldn't hold on to his assistants and his coordinators, and that's why he wanted to come to Arkansas, because he could do that here. But it turns out, like, every year he was here, they lost so many members of their staff, and then, of course, Pittman left without signing the no-compete clause, a part of his contract, and he bolts, and it just all falls apart. I don't know. It's weird. Brett had Brennan Allen. Come on now. What does that mean? His senior year? Did you see what Brennan Allen did his senior year, Grant? Like, I get his development was painful to watch. Brandon Allen's development was painful, but look at what he did in his senior year. That's one for the books. You can throw all the shade you want in the world at Brandon Allen up until his senior year, and then he takes off. I mean, I don't care that he hasn't had great level of success in the NFL, but the guy got drafted, and he has started in the NFL. On some level, you can argue that he's had as much success or more success than either Tyler Wilson or Ryan Mallett at the next level. Now, Mallett's problem is off the field. I definitely think Mallett's a more talented quarterback, but still, like, the shade at Brandon Allen to me is always it's curious. Like, I understand being frustrated at his development, like, all those guys growing up together within that system. But Brandon Allen's senior year is nothing to be too upset about if you're a Hog fan. I don't know. That's just me. Hey, Ty, Happy New Year to you, your family, and your viewers. Always love your channel. Thanks, Tim. I really do appreciate that. Had a great staff. At the beginning, yeah, but later not so much. I agree. Brandon Allen was okay. Had an incredible O-line and receivers and running backs. He really couldn't stretch the field with the deep ball. That wasn't his game, though. He was definitely a nickel and dime quarterback. That's what he was. There's plenty of successful quarterbacks in the NFL that are nickel and dime quarterbacks. There's been plenty of successful quarterbacks in college football that are nickel and dimers who might be able to throw deep when someone's open downfield, but it's not going to be very accurate downfield, and that's kind of what Brandon was. But go back, watch that Mississippi State game. The guy was, I don't know, I think he catches so much hate, yet at the end of the day, he's one of the most successful quarterbacks that senior year, and then he's actually had a little bit of an NFL career, and it might be a backup his whole career. That's fine. You have any idea what they make? You know how hard it is to make a 53-man roster, especially when you're running with 2 or 3 quarterbacks? And he's done that. I don't know. He got the last laugh, if you want my opinion. One guy said he had no quarterbacks Then he said Brandon Allen. That's why he is saying he's good, not bad. Mallet likes beer too much. Understandable, though. Yeah, Mallet, talent-wise, best quarterback I think Arkansas's ever had on campus, hands down. Tyler Wilson, I thought his ability was always he just knew that offense, and he pretty good arm talent, could read defenses, could make the switch, pre-snap switches, and make the right calls. He just knew what he was doing, man. He was Maverick in the cockpit. The guy just knew what he was doing. I loved watching Tyler Wilson play. But again, you go back, watch highlight film from Brandon Allen's senior year. It's on another level. I mean, he's had more success than either of those two quarterbacks at the next level. Again, I still think Ryan Mallett more talented. With that being said, smash mouth run offense is why Brett didn't work. Not switching up the offense, running out of the eye, handing the ball off, predictable offense. It's come to an end. At Arkansas, you just can't do that. You can't go against the grind with that kind of offense. I agree. That's a good point, Greg. I think 4th and 25 is when Brandon Allen's career took off. Yep, same with Matt Jones. Sad to see our ex-quarterbacks fall. Boy, I'm telling you, it's just weird, isn't it? The ex-quarterbacks have just – I don't know what it is. I really thought Matt would have had a really good career as a wideout. I really do. I'm not saying he'd been a standout Pro Bowl receiver, but that's some fun highlight film to watch when he was receiver for the Jags. Not bashing BA. Someone else said that Brett didn't have a quarterback while he was our coach. I was defending BA. He leads Arkansas touchdown over Atlanta Wilson. Oh, okay. All right. My bad, Grant. My bad. I thought that was out of character for you. Keith, just got on now. Let's see. Just got on. No, you're talking football, but Arkansas gets no respect. Still not top 25 after a tough road win. No, Keith, we were just talking about that earlier, my man. Go back and watch from the beginning when we're done. Fun little intro video for you too. Think you'll like it. Where is Wilson these days? He's on and off again with the morning rush in Fort Smith. You know, I don't know if that's statewide. I know we get him up here in Springdale, and I think he sells. I think he's a realtor or something. I don't know. Congrats to Ty Story. Yeah, Ty Story won today. That is absolutely right. Thank you for that. I can't pronounce your name. It looks like you just mashed your keyboard and that was your name. But thank you. Came in second half, had 300 yards. Do we even have anyone getting drafted this year? Sosa Agim, I think, will, just based on potential. Scooter Harris, potential. Shane O'Grady. I said Rakeem Boyd, but he's staying. Still a big shock. That still surprised me. To this day, when I pick up the phone with my dad, it's like, that's the one thing. Can you believe we're going to have Rakeem Boyd back next year? It's unbelievable. Who else is there? Cheyenne will go. Technically, he's a Razorback, but I don't know if, but he'll get drafted. He's got to be up there with some of the better tight ends. Yes, bro, at work on the river. Oh, good, Keith. Sounds like fun. On the river? What do you do on the river? Do you get paid to fish? Do you get paid to fish and drink beer? Wouldn't that be the life? And I'm not even that into fishing. Matt just liked Coke, too. Got caught with that nose candy on Dixon Street, didn't he? Look at how many 3-loss teams are in the top 25. Why the Hogs can't get top 25 spot is BS. Arizona. I sat here and bitched about Arizona for like 10 minutes. It's unbelievable. Some of these 2- and 3-loss teams have no business being in the top 25 yet. Of course, here's little old Arkansas. Remember that chip on the shoulder I was talking about? I've said that in multiple podcasts, and I hope to God this team carries that chip against A&M and just smashes just frog stomps them. You couldn't see that, but I was frog stomping my carpet. O'Grady is the third best tight end in this class right now. I haven't seen any projections. All right, what are we at? We're well over an hour, aren't we? No, we're right at an hour. Perfect timing. No beer. I wish, says Keith. Thank you guys so much. I wanted to say a special shout out. I got some PayPal donations last night. You rock. I wanted to give you guys, I don't know if you're in here or not, but I wanted to say a shout out to those two and everybody who's donated or become a part of the Patreon. I really do appreciate that. I'm not just saying that to say it. I really do. That means the world to me. You guys, that's awesome. Shane Lewis and Susie Schwartz, who donated. And I do appreciate that. Tim has donated. You guys, a lot of you have, and I do appreciate that. But just showing up in the chat and interacting and being a part of the stream means a lot. I do this for you guys, but, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to just open my big mouth and get into all sorts of trouble. Andy Katz has us ranked top 25, not even top 30 in the AP. Isn't that ridiculous? Going to get me all riled up. Next game for Arkansas really quick. Yeah, we know they're going to open up against A&M, but that's not going to be until Saturday, so we got to go through a whole freaking week without Arkansas basketball until Saturday. Then they're going to beat the living shit out of Texas A&M. Thank you guys. Remember to like, comment, share the content. I don't know why I said comment. It's part of the intro thing. But just share the content. Check out all the links down below. Hog Talk episode 50-something, 2 or 3. It's provided for you down below. Just click the links. Check it out. I appreciate you guys. Stay out of trouble, and hopefully I will see you on Friday. Enjoy the video. For those of you who missed it, here's the video from the intro. Enjoy. Shout out to War Machine, by the way. Go give him some love. Tell him Ty sent you. Go Hogs.
Final non-conference test for Arkansas and Indiana.
And how good was that? Davis just ran right to the block, and they couldn't get their defense set.
Deep triple try attempts, and the bank is apparently open here on Sunday. They do it right in front of the official. 101. How about right in the face?
That was with somebody right in his face.
Devontae Green now starting the last 4 games here for Indiana, and another triple try. That one.
That time has run out.
You said it, Dan. A really good win for Arkansas. Pick one up on the road in Bloomington.
¿Y cuál es el trabajo más duro que has hecho?
Voy a la playa, había subido la marea. Jesús. Jesús. Hay que hacer ahora con los 2 sacos de arroz.